Somebody might need to go take out Coach Key for a drink. He on fire yet again. He lands another star pass rusher. And this one today is 4-star Justin Weeks. Why this is a big recruitment for Georgia Tech and why that defensive line gonna be a damn problem. Coach Key strikes again. Red hot, hotter than fish grease. He got another stud pass rusher coming down to the flats, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think Georgia Tech would take another guy, but clearly they're not messing around, they ain't playing around, and they are serious about that defense, right? Look at Malik Lee, right? Jamar Thompson, right? Look at, what I'm saying, obviously Braden Gordon, Caleb Spivey, and now Justin Weeks, right? So when you guys see this video, you're going to see the top three, right? You're going to see Clemson, you're going to see Georgia Tech, you're going to see North Carolina, right? And remember, I'm doing this video early, so when it drops, you guys can come on the channel, you guys can watch it right then and there. But we already knew the RPM had him signaling going to Georgia Tech, and they nailed it with the OV season, right? And I think this is a situation for Georgia Tech where it's like, do we have the spot available? Probably not for most people. Probably not for 80, 90% of people. But we had that one spot left for you, brother. We got that one spot for you. And they're doing a really good job with Douglas County prospects, right? Because, they got some top-end dudes, right? Georgia Tech was that close. You know what I'm saying? Last year to getting a 4-star edge rusher that could have made a big impact as a true freshman in Jordan Carter. Ultimately, Tennessee has a better NIL package, and they was able to, obviously land that, potential playing time early, all that good stuff played a factor in not getting, Jordan Carter. But Georgia Tech was in the race all the way to the end. I thought they might pull it off, but he ultimately decided with Tennessee. So they have been no strangers to this. They've been recruiting at a high level. They've been able to bring in several big-time prospects. So, this is another one, and, he transferred over from Pace Academy, after spending last season, and now he will be with Douglas County in the Tigers, and I think he's going to be that edge rusher they need, right? That impact player that they need, this upcoming season. So for Georgia Tech, I mean, we'll look at the class real quick, but like I said, it is a loaded class. You know what I'm saying? It is a loaded class of what they have and what they're trying to land and bring in, and like I said, right now at this recording, top 25, right? That'll probably be a whole different type of scenario. Hold on one second, guys. Yeah, that'll be a whole type of different scenario. When it's video, what I'm saying? You're probably like, nah, it's not top 25. Your thing's wrong. Remember, I'm pre-recording this. Okay. So this is pre-recorded, right? It might be a different thing when it's Thursday. But like I said, when you look at edge, Success Now Abude, Braden Gordon could play stat linebacker slash outside and play the wheel, right? You're also looking at Caleb Spivey, right? You know what I'm saying? Edge rusher, 6'1", 6'2", 235. He's another edge rusher they'll have, right? So, they got a bunch of guys, that are there. Adrian Williams is another one, defensive lineman, though, right? So it's interesting to say the least, but I think they want the beef. I think they want the guys that can make the difference. And Georgia Tech is, like I said, Coach Key, he meant what he said. He's sitting on that business. And what he meant was, hey, we want more size, more girth, we want more tenacity on the edge rusher position. And that's what they're getting in a player like this. They need more powerful guys. And I think you don't get much better than Justin Weeks, 4-star that's available. Excuse me, what I'm saying, in the state of Georgia, right? We're gonna pull up his 247 just for a second so you guys can see. But as you guys can see, and at one point he was heavily recruited, right? And I'm not saying he's not, he still is, but at one point he was considered one of the best prospects, what I'm saying, in the state, right? Right now he's top 30 composite, but he was in the top 10, top 8 at one point, right? So, I think with the down season what Pace Academy had, that might affect, his stats, his ranking, but this kid can go, right? We're gonna roll the tape here in just a second, but this kid can go. Because his 4-star, top 281 nationally, number 34 defensive lineman, number 30 in the state of Georgia, right? Look at Kentucky and Ohio State, right? So these are major players that was in his recruitment that would have made his top, 3. But we know the top 3 was North Carolina and Clemson, right? Clemson was also on that list as well. He took an OV too. Okay, so it's very interesting to say the least. Under Armour All-American game that he was able to obviously participate in. So this ain't no slouch player. Like Justin Weeks can play. He can hoop. He can play at a high level, right? So this is a special player. All right, so we're gonna roll the tape now, and we're gonna bring up what he brings to the table, how he looks, all that good stuff, and type of player he is. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull it up. Now remember, he's gonna be playing in a Pace Academy uniform, right? It will not be a Douglas County uniform. He played for Pace Academy last year. So I want you guys to think about that and obviously remember that. Okay. All right, let's roll this tape. All right, so here he is right here. You guys can see. Like I said, 6'5", 230 don't grow on trees. You know what I'm saying? You see the aggressive tackling, you see the ability to fill the lane, come downhill and attack. Right? That's what you're getting in a player like a Justin Weeks. You know what I'm saying? And he could be a stand-up outside backer, whatever you need at the position he can do. Right? And even last year, he was playing a little bit of offensive lineman too. You know what I'm saying? Doing a little bit of everything, right? Big time, right? But we came for the money on. We came for the edge rusher. Here he is. You can't miss him. Big 57. Let him come off the line. Right? So right here, pretty well blocked, but just just the subtleness. Nothing too crazy here. This is a good job by the offensive lineman, but the subtle, okay, let me move to this side. Boom. Push his hands off, go get the quarterback. Right? Nothing crazy there. That was a good job by the offensive lineman, but he waited, set his feet, got to his move, made the big time sack. Right? He's gonna be right here. Second and long. Okay, what can we get here? Okay, this one is nothing crazy. He's just arm barring, right? This one's just straight arm bar. See, arm bar, arm bar. Just continue to use your strength and then eventually relentlessly get into the backfield, right? That's all that was there, right? Straight arm bar all the way to the quarterback. Nothing crazy, no wild pass rush moves, just straight arm bar. Here it looks like we got a little RPO action. So they're reading the edge right here, reading the end, right? QB keep, right? So what I love here for Weeks is extremely disciplined, right? He could have easily crashed down, but he's going to get both of these guys. See, right there, he's going to get a hat on the hat with the running back, and then he's still able to get the hat on him and also get the quarterback, right? It's an excellent play right there made from Weeks because it's a lot going on there, but he was able to read both and still make a tackle technically on both. Right, so exactly what you want. Here he is standing up high, probably what he'll do for, Georgia Tech. And then here they run a pretty good RPO system, right? So here they go. They're reading this guy right here. Okay, so they read him, they went inside. So a few weeks, you're gonna have to be able to contain, right? Because if you're the running back, you might be like, oh, let me bounce through this hole right here. You see that big hole? Bounce through the hole, right? But he sees it. Good job with the offensive lineman, but he's able to push back into the vicinity of where this running back want to run through, which is in here, and he's able to engulf him right there. So great job staying disciplined there, forcing him inside, and then being able to bring him down. All right, same thing, okay? Right here, hands in the ground. Okay, let's see what we got here. Here's just, good initial contact, right? Good quick first step. He kind of gets him right here, right? And then as you guys can see, able to push the hands off and then engulf the quarterback right there in the backfield for a sack. Right. So nothing crazy. Like I said, no crazy pass rush moves. He's doing it with, like I said, good hands, strong arming. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really crazy that we seeing from him. Okay, here we go. Running play right here. And this is something the Georgia Tech struggled with, containing the edge. So see it, very disciplined right here. So he could have crashed down easily, stayed disciplined. Okay, boom. Let me force him. He tries to bounce outside, and then he's able to bring him down to the ground. That's a great job right there. Not easy to do one-on-one with an athlete as a running back in the backfield, but great containing there, okay? And here he's standing up. That's on second and long, as you guys can see, right? There comes that initial guy. He dives at his feet, able to work through it, able to work through 55, and still brought him down to the ground. Probably one of my favorite plays because there's a lot going on there. You got a guy that's coming at your legs, and 55 is trying to get you too, but you're still able to keep the contain with the hold and still force a negative play, right? Should have easily been a flag on the opposing team. But I love what Weeks was able to do there and continuing, despite everything going on, making a play in the backfield. Exactly what you want. And then here, love this. This one might be one of my favorites too. Look at them squeeze in here. Watch them squeeze between these two. Oh, he went different. I thought he was going to try to squeeze through. So this one's just straight power. Wow. Surprise on this one, y'all. Straight power, pushing back into the quarterback, and then kind of just being able to work through it. And then there it is there. You know what I'm saying? Bring him down to the ground, force him. I'm saying incomplete. Here we go. Here's against Lovett. Right? Here we go. Got to set that tone. Great job right there. If I'm the quarterback, I'm thinking about potentially trying to bounce this out. But you see right here, he tries to come in. Great job right there by Weeks, just engulfing him up right there and stopping him right in his tracks there, limiting the game, forcing a third and long. Okay, here it is. Another really good team in pace, not pace, excuse me, Stockbridge, right? And that's big. I can think of bro. He's going to Rutgers, I believe. That's the big offensive lineman. Okay, so here's a little screenplay. That's the Cruz Marion. Great job there by Weeks, just being able to adjust. Right, there's the initial, and then being able to go run that play down. Cruz Marion is pretty fast. He's playing at Stevenson now, but that's a great job by him running him down. I'm saying forcing a limited gain there from a playmaker. All right, here he is again, coming off the edge. Boom, you see that? Look how he went inside, little stutter step move. You see that? Watch this little stutter step move he's gonna do. See, he's going boom. See that? Plant the foot into the ground, come on the inside of that guy, and then go get the running back. Great job. Limit that gain 1-2 yards. That's a win in the ACC. Exactly what you want to see, right? So able to get skinny, get through the guy, make the play. And then here, just like I said, nothing crazy with this pass rush move, right? Put his arm on him, and then boom, be able to close down this gap in this space right here, and not allow him to run through. That's a great job there from Weeks again. A very disciplined player, I would say, man. Doesn't allow big plays to happen. What I'm saying? Not, whole big flashy type of a guy. Just does the things right fundamentally. It's the key word I want to use with this player. Fundamentally sound player. Makes the right plays, the right things. See right there, sifting down, and then go get the running back. Be able to kind of chase him down. Okay, here he is right here. Boom. See that? See that force? Push him out of the way, and then go get the ball carrier. Love that, and that's what you need in the ACC. You need guys to overpower, and go make the play on the runner. Exactly what you need on that. All right, here we go. We got a little bit of trickery right here. Let's see where he's at. Boom, there he is. Right. Oh, okay. No, he's right here. Okay, I was like, where is he at? Okay, still up, still up. Good hustle, right? Way away from the play, but hey, like, let me go help my teammates. This dude's still up. Great hustle, right? That's what you need. Never quit on a play. Never give up. You might not get there initially, but go make us a play. Go make us a stop. Exactly what you want. Here, right here against the offensive lineman, pushes him back, and then boom, here's a running back trying to run through that spot, and he engulfs him down. So very good tackler, pretty disciplined, I would say. Strong lower body. You know what I'm saying? You might have to add a couple little pass rush moves to his repertoire, but he gonna give it to you every time, man. Strong and can set the edge, bro. That's what Georgia Tech needs. Georgia Tech needs somebody to set the edge. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up those big plays. You know what I'm saying? Be disciplined in the run. Don't just be an edge rusher. Also be able to make plays in the run game. He's showing you he can do a little bit of all that. All right, same thing here. All right, nothing crazy. All right, the play's coming to his side. Work through the block. Get a big time TFL. Okay, there it is here. Same thing. Work through the block. Be able to make the TFL. Help out your teammates finish off the play. I'm saying that's what you need at the edge rusher position, man. So I'll say solid tape, man. I'm gonna give Tech a B plus on this one, B plus to A minus. I think he's everything they need. You know what I'm saying? He's a player that can come in 6'5", 240, get trained and be, I think, be majorly in that rotation, be in that rotation for this team and this squad, and be able to make the plays necessary. You know what I'm saying, at the edge rush position. Now he'll have a lot of competition because there's a whole bunch of guys there. Bar, we'll see what happens with the portal and stuff like that, but it's a whole bunch of guys coming into this class at edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? The current guys that are on the team, we'll see who leaves, we'll see who graduates and all that good stuff, but he'll have a lot of competition. But the good thing for Weeks is you're big, you're physical. You're big, you're physical, you're strong, right? And you can overpower people. Now, it'll be different in ACC because you're going against guys 6'6", 6'7", right? So that's why I say he'll have to add a couple moves to the repertoire because you can't just strong arm all day long. But I'm curious to see how Kyle Pope can develop him, right? Add some different things to his repertoire, some moves, different things like that to help him out. I think if he can do that, man, he should be a major player in the ACC. And like I said, I think year one, with that size and that frame, that 6'4", 240, he should be a rotational player year one with Georgia Tech, in my humble opinion. That's what Justin Weeks should be, and he should be able to contribute, excuse me, in a very, very, very high way, in a high fashion, man. So really good get. I give it a solid B plus. And I think he's a guy like you can build around as well, and he's gonna be able to help out them a lot. I really do. And this defensive line is strong. strong. I mean, if you coach Key, you can't do much better than what you did recruiting this defensive line. You really can't. So yeah, that's my grade, B plus. A lot of potential. Interested to see how he continues to grow and develop, and should be a guy that helps out Coach Pope and his defense a whole bunch. But there y'all have it. That's my thoughts, man. 4-star prospect Justin Weeks is officially a Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket. Y'all heard it here first. Appreciate y'all tuning in. As soon as it's announced, I will have the video out so you guys can check it out, man. But please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hype up the video, and join and become a member today, man. I'm gonna have more exclusive content and intel for y'all. So appreciate everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, it's always peace and love.